Welcome back to another video. Today we are blessed because we are going to be looking at what I consider to be easily one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Hasbro Marvel Legends of all time. Today we are looking at the Venom 2020, I think the year was. This is the second Venom wave build-a-figure wave, the venompool, the Gamerverse venompool. And what I consider to be one of the best Marvel Legends waves, of all time. Now, this Carnage figure, it does have some problems, admittedly, which I will get to. However, when this came out, this was sadly rather revolutionary for Hasbro Marvel Legends. This was like cream of the crop, If Hasbro did more stuff like this, if they put the amount of effort they did into this as they did all their other figures and stopped using the cheap Bolshevik excuse of, oh, well, comic accuracy and reusing the same damn molds over and over again, they would have been a much better line. Honestly, I would be happy to hear about their announcements and whatnot. Now, they do a Marvel vs. Capcom wave without the fucking Capcom, and most of it's just shitty fucking reuses. So, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So, starting off, we have the head, the alternate head for accessories. This is it. Now, this is a bit of a problem with this figure. So, even though they re-released them, well, they re-released the body, except they gave him a new head and a bunch of new hands. They didn't do that this time. Instead, they threw on an absolute carnage head for some fucking reason. I don't know why. It's like, this isn't even like the absolute carnage body, because much longer, taller, lankier. It's hollowed out here, so it's just the spine. It's very skinny, scrawny, sunken in. Doesn't even have an abdomen. It's just the spine there. Don't know why they're just doing this, other than, wow, guys, look, see, we referenced them. So when you go to mod the figure and make it the absolute carnage that you wanted, then you can add it on, Yeah, 5 years later, still no absolute carnage, you dumb fucks. Thanks, Hasbro. So, but yeah, this is pretty much just more of the same. Like, the texturing here is the same. The spiral shape is there. It's pretty decent head sculpt, I suppose. So, I just like this one better. Now, moving on to the figure. Oh, well, I guess slight miscalculation this, but it's supposed here. Yeah, we could just for transparency's sake, we can review it as a separate piece here. This is a back piece that adds a bit more depth to the back, so he gets a much beefier looking back on top of more tendrils, because this figure isn't really, brimming with tendrils, and that's fine. So, very great texturing, which is something we're going to see a lot with the figure here. Quite a bit of, nice razor tendrils and whatnot, nice twirls and twists. Looks really good. Really good. And the paint here is as smooth and clean as a whistle. My God. The sculpt, and this is just a taste of what's to come here. So, but moving on to the main appetizer here. This is for Marvel Legends standards. This is like, this is some mid-2010s NECA quality right here, man. This is the kind of stuff McFarlane does on a daily basis. But for Hasbro, like, this is revolutionary for them. So, starting off with the head, we've got a really great Carnage head sculpt here. You got the sort of teeth bone mask plate thing going on here. You can even see a bit of his tongue, the white eyes, really well done, and some more of that beautiful, oh no, it's just a dead spot. Okay, I'm not losing my mind. Oh no, there is a bit of paint missing there, but yeah, it's fine. Some absolute wondrous detail. Oh my God, they even painted around a seam, dude. They painted the seam and it looks good. I didn't even notice that until now. Damn, I've had this thing for 5 years and I never noticed it, man. The gift that keeps on giving here. So, yeah, really great head sculpt. I love it. Paint's pretty much clean except for that one tiny spot up there, but you're not going to notice it. Yeah, you're not going to notice it. So, So then we go on to the absolute art piece that is the body here. Look at this. So it's pretty much just like your typical skinned human underneath, but then you've got this texture. This is sculpted, by the way. This is not paint. This is actually sculpted. And it is beautiful. Granted, it's their sort of malleable, hard, hollow plastic. Well, it was malleable back when I first opened it, you know, but that was 5 years ago. It's hardened up over the years. So, but yeah, look, this is just beautiful right here, dude. Like, feeling this thing, it's like a wondrous sensory touch, you know. Then we got this really great sculpted back. I know it's not the most anatomically accurate, but goddamn if it doesn't look cool. If it doesn't look cool, dude, look at it. It is beautiful. Even the butterfly joints have some great sculpt work on them, dude. Some more pretty great paint work, more sculpt work, really well done. Oh, we're missing a bit of paint there, but okay, now that I'm doing a final look, I can see we're missing paint here and there. But oh well, it's fine. I can cope and see about it later. Okay, these kind of do stick out like sore thumbs. They're just kind of generic red plastic, you know. But that's fine, that's fine. They're a bit lighter and whatnot. So another sort of razor hook there. Nice proportions too. The claws are really well done as well. These are pretty much just the generic run-of-the-mill ones they had on the original one they did, except with a lot more sculpt work. So you've got the black stuff, the black sort of tendrils that are constantly like moving about and whatnot. It is great. Beautiful. And then we've got the, you know, a closed grasping hand, because it's blades, it's pretty much more like a mace hand if I'd have to suggest, you know, open clawing hand and whatnot. Oh, let's see, more tendrils here, they're intertwining. Then we go down to the torso, abdomen, more great ab work and whatnot. Yeah, oh shit, it's stuck in my glove. So, you know, pelvic area, symbiote ass, you know, just really great symbiote stuff here. More of the great sculpt work here. You can actually even see, like, it looks like muscle here. It just looks like a skin flayed human, dude, which is so cool. I love Carnage's design so much. Carnage, easily my favorite Marvel villain of all time. Best Marvel villain. Get the fuck out, Green Goblin. Best Marvel villain right here. Besides Ultron, of course. Ultron goated as hell, too. You know, more great, like, sculpt work. You know, you got the tendrils on the legs. They're different spaces, though. And then you've got these really great monstrous feet, too. I like it. I like it. You know, Red Herring, you're going to enjoy the hell out of these toes, man. I know it. All right. One problem, though, I will say before we move on to articulation, because this does factor into the sculpt. This is 6-inch scale. This is all the other typical Marvel Hasbro figure scales, right? That's fine, to be expected. However, Carnage here is a bit tinier than usual, and I don't know why. For example, here's one of the more popular body sculpts. This is the Spider-Man one from the 2015, one of the 2015 waves. He's actually taller. I mean, you can't see because it's at a bit of a slant here, but he does out height him by like a little bit. All right, maybe that wasn't the best model to use there. All right, here, how's about this? This is Phage. He uses the Bucky Cat mold. Bucky Cat mold is pretty much the generic, basic, run-of-the-mill body they give to damn near everyone. Like 80% of the Hasbro toy line is made of Bucky Cat molds, all right? Let's see how he compares to it. Wow, in what fucking universe is Carnage smaller than an average superhero? I wonder. Not convinced? Not convinced? Okay. Okay, I see how it is. Not convinced? They used the Bucky Cat mold on Carnage before, and what the fuck? Look! He's fucking bigger than him, dude. Look at that shit. Carnage dwarfing Carnage here. Like, am I on crazy pills, or is this one just really fucking tiny? You know, it's just like I know Carnage isn't supposed to be Venom sized, but god damn, he's not supposed to be fucking Wolverine sized either. Like, Jesus, looks like a fucking child in the Carnage symbiote here, but still, that's just a semi-minor complaint. It just does not scale well, even by their own fucking brand slash IP, you know, line. So here, I guess for transparency, I can, oh wait, no, articulation, that's right. Head goes all the way up. You can get some great poses with it. All the way down. Swivel. Bit of a tilt, not very much though. Butterfly joints, beautiful, love them. Not like McFarlane's, but you know, still. For Marvel Legends, this is the best it's getting. Arms move up and down, forward, back, swivel at the bicep. Beautiful double jointed elbows. You need it on a character like this, you know. A hinge and swivel at the wrist, but it's kind of limited at times, if I'm going to be honest. So it's mostly much more noticeable with this hand, I think, maybe. So yeah. A wondrous ab crunch, so you can bend all the way forward, having some really great menacing poses, looming poses, all the way back, so he's looking all the way up now. Swivel at the waist, yes, it does break the sculpt, but I'd rather have this than, you know, whatever the hell they did to the Venom bodies and whatnot. But I still like them a lot. I still do. You know, it breaks the sculpt, yes, but yeah, it's just something about it that incites my childhood kino. Legs go pretty far out, not all the way. He can't do the splits. Not very far back, but all the way forward. Swivel at the thigh. And then what's this? Another beautiful double bended knee joint. Wonderful. Then we have a bit of a wasted, another wasteful articulation point here at the calf. And then we've got a hinge at the ankle slash swivel pivot there. Now, for transparency's sake, we will put the accessories on, so that way you get a see of what it looks like. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Oh, wait, that's right. Well, no, because if Carnage put a bunch of people... okay, no, never mind. I'm just tripping. I'm talking to myself. So, with that said, this figure, if you're a fan of Carnage, whatnot, I'd say track it down and buy it. I mean, it's going to be a bitch to find because this is easily one of Hasbro's best fucking figures ever, I'd argue. Easily, probably their best work, I'd argue. So it's a shame Hasbro doesn't put as much effort into this figure as they did with all the others. Now, yes, he is a bit small, even for his own line. He should have come with more accessories. But they pretty much re-released this figure and gave him different head sculpt and new hand weapons. So there's that at least. But yeah, I would absolutely recommend tracking down this one if any of y'all are interested. So it is a really great piece, although you're gonna end up coughing over quite a bit of money for it. But you know, I'll leave that up for you to decide. So with that said, thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next video.